Welcome to Okeene, Oklahoma, the self-proclaimed best small town in America. Is it? Well, let's find out. It sure, upon first viewing, looks pretty cool, but let's take a walk through downtown and learn about the history of Okeene, and then we'll tour around the rest of the town, and I'll let you know what I think about this statement at the end of the video. I visited Okeene on a Sunday morning, and I think most everyone was at church, so that's why you won't see very many cars in the downtown. In fact, the one car you'll see parked on the side is mine. But getting to the history of Okeene, it's located in Blaine County, which is in the north central part of Oklahoma. It doesn't border Kansas, but is definitely in the upper half of the state. It's in the northeastern corner of Blaine County at the intersection of state highways 8 and 51. It's the second largest town in Blaine County, behind the county seat of Watonia. It was established in 1892 during the Cheyenne-Arapaho land opening. Has a interesting history for how it got its name. It's from combining the last letters of Cherokee and Cheyenne. So the last four letters of Cherokee, O-K-E-E, and the last two letters of Cheyenne, N-E. Originally, though, the name was pronounced as a three-syllable word, Okeene. The post office was established in 1893, and the town was incorporated in 1901. Oklahoma became a state in 1907, and at that time, Okeene's population was 775. The local economy has been primarily agricultural. Many farmers in the surrounding area were originally of German descent. It's situated in the center of the Cimarron Valley, and the town is surrounded by productive farmland that was suitable for a variety of crops. However, wheat and hay are principally grown. There were two railroads that came through the town. The Enid and Anadarko Railway later became the Chicago, Rock Island, and Pacific Railway. And the other one was the Blackwell, Enid, and Southwestern Railroad that later became the St. Louis and San Francisco Railway. Both these railroads connected Okeene with outside markets. In the population, you can see how it consistently went up and peaked in 1980 at 1,601. And since then, in 4 consecutive censuses, it has gone down, but it still is over 1,000 at 1,090. It is a great downtown to walk through, a lot of old buildings and probably a lot of businesses that are still open on normal, regular weekday hours. So how does Okeene stack up with that statement of best small town in America? I gotta say that hard to argue. This is a great small town. You know, when I think about like how would you rate a town like this, I think it falls into, there's two categories. The first category are things that I love. You know, I don't live here, but I love the old buildings downtown. I love you know, cool architecture, some of the things that have been left kind of as they are, which are, you know, makes it fun to see the history. There's great murals all around town. That's really awesome. You could tell they have a lot of pride in their school, and there's several churches. I'm here on a Sunday, and so the churches are very busy and full. And so, you know, to me, those are all cool things. They have a death go round, which I think is a necessity. If you're in a town like this, you gotta have the young kids learn the hard way, you know. But then they have, you know, they have a hospital, they have stores, they have looks like business. You know, the downtown is pretty quiet right now, but you could tell probably on a weekday it's probably pretty busy. There's construction right there in the main street of, looks like some sort of a maybe gas station, convenience store or something like that. The playground here has all kinds of cool stuff. If you're like a little kid, there all kinds of animals and great, you know, areas to play in. They have an airport nearby, so it's a pretty darn good combination of all those things that make it a great small town. Is it the best in America? I don't know. I've been to a lot of them, but I certainly, it'd be hard to argue that it's not one of the best that I've been to. This park has all these cool animals in it, and the death go round. We've seen this one before, or these types, where it's probably scalding hot. You could cook your breakfast on this in the summer. Usually they spin very well. Let's see how it does. Yeah, really, really good. We'll give it a 9. Meh, let's go 8.5. Just not creative looking, but Okeene does have something else. Got quite the jungle gym over here. Look at this. Is this a death go round? Spins. Huh. I mean, it's kind of in the death go round family, but I can't give that much more than maybe a 6 for creativity, but it doesn't spin great. There's only one person that could get on there, maybe 2 little people. But this is pretty fantastic too. Probably a lot of fun to be a kid here. You know, by the way, it's still spinning over there. Note to all gas stations that have coffee. I think one of the things that I love, and I am gassing up at a Love's this morning, is when you have a coffee and they have, for the lid, they have this little piece here that can cover up the coffee from spilling, right? I'd say most places don't have that. And if you're on a bumpy road and you filled your coffee up, you know, somewhat to the top, you hit a bump or whatever, and the coffee splashes out of that and it gets on your stuff. When you have a new vehicle, you want it to stay somewhat clean. Now, it's funny because my vehicle got dust covering the entire inside of it because of the places I go. But for some reason, I don't want a little coffee stain or coffee spill here. So yeah, good job, Loves. Way to go.